We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
A very good morning, good afternoon, good night whenever you will watch this video. So now in my previous video of properties of steam, I have explained about the basic equation, different properties of the steams like dryness fraction, wetness fraction, enthalpy, entropy and specific volumes. Now one small video is there which is very much important regarding to your examination, and that topic is that steam formation chart or steam formation diagram. So today we will discuss about this steam formation chart, how we can draw this chart and which are the different things which are present in this diagram or chart for steam formation or how steam is formed. So first of all, over here on the y-axis I will draw one line and that axis will represent x-axis. Over here on the x-axis I will consider over here temperatures in degree centigrade, and on the x-axis I will consider entropy, which is S in kilojoule per kg Kelvin or kilojoule per kg degree centigrade for your understanding only. But SI unit of entropy is kilojoule per kg Kelvin. As I have taken degree centigrade on temperature axis, so over here I must take kilojoule per kg degree centigrade. But actually it is kilojoule per kg Kelvin. For the reason is I have considered this type of unit. Now, supposing over here temperature is 0 degree centigrade. Supposing over here temperature is minus 5 degree centigrade. Clear about this? Now, what I will do? On minus 5 degree centigrade, I have one ice. So over here, I have one ice. To that ice, if I will supply the heat, so what's happened? Its temperature will increase. So that what's happened? Its temperature will increase. Now, if temperature will increase and its temperature will become 0 degree centigrade. Now, when temperature of ice will become 0 degree centigrade, why? Because over here you are applying some heat. Heat is supplied, some heat you are supplying. Now due to that heat sublimation on ice, the temperature of ice is increased and become 0 degree centigrade. Now at 0 degree centigrade temperature, 2 types of things must be present. Either at 0 degree centigrade you will get ice or you will get water. But first of all, at 0 degree centigrade temperature, I will say that you will get first of all 0 degree centigrade of ice. That means over here at minus 5 degree centigrade temperature, ice is present. To the ice you are supplying some heat, so that its entropy is increasing and temperature is also increasing, and at 0 degree centigrade temperature you will get the ice. That means between point 1 and that is your point 2, between point 1 and point 2, whatever heat you have supplied, that heat has done what? That heat has increased its temperature up to 1 degree centigrade, like minus 5 to minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1 and 0. So that heat is not changing the phase of the substance, because initial phase is ice in solid phase, and after supplying the heat, phase is not changed, it remains in solid. So when phase is not changed, only 1 degree centigrade temperature is increased with the help of the heat. So that type of heat is known as, which type of heat? It is known as specific heat. So that you know. So over here I will write it is specific heat or sensible heat also you can write. Sensible and specific heat both are same. Sensible heat means what, or specific heat means what? That it is the amount of the heat which is required for what purpose? To increase 1 degree centigrade temperature of a unit mass. That means sensible heat will not affect on the phase of the substance. So phase of the substance will remain same. So that is why specific heat we have supplied over here. After that, more heat I will supply. So what's happened? Its entropy is increasing, but temperature remains constant. And temperature remains constant means on this point also, over here 0 degree centigrade, over here also 0 degree centigrade. Now as I told you that at 0 degree centigrade temperature, two chances are there. Either you will get ice, and in that ice, if you will supply more heat so that temperature remains constant, but which thing is increasing? Entropy is increasing. So over here that ice will be converted into a liquid, or that ice will be converted into a water. That means whatever amount of heat is supplied, that amount of the heat is used for what purpose? That amount of heat is changing the phase of the substance. That means initial phase was solid. From solid, if you will supply the heat to solid, if you will supply the heat, so it will change its phase. It will come in liquid form or liquid phase. So whenever heat will change the phase of the substance, at that time whatever amount of the heat you are supplying, that is known as which heat? That heat supply, that is known as latent heat. So clear about latent heat also? Latent heat means what? That it is the amount of the heat which is required for what purpose? To change ice to liquid, to change the phase of the substance. And sensible or specific heat will do what? It will not change the phase of the substance. Ice will remain in ice, but temperature is increased. Now question may arise that latent heat will not increase the temperature, because on the diagram you can see that 0 degree centigrade heat supply, phase is changed, but temperature is 0 degree centigrade. So whatever heat that you are supplying, that heat is not increasing the temperature, but that heat is used in breaking the bonds. As for example, supposing solid. So in solid, bonding between two molecules are very much strong. So that heat will do what? That heat will break the bonds which is present between two molecules. If bonds will be broken, then only solid will convert into a liquid. Clear about that what I am saying? So that heat is used for what purpose? For breaking the bonds. So that heat is not increasing the temperature, because that heat is used for what purpose? To break the bonds. So that is why temperature rise we cannot see, because all heat is utilized for breaking the bond, so that phase may change, but temperature remains constant. Now after that, more heat you will supply, more heat you will supply. So 3 over here, point number 3, more heat you will supply. So its temperature will become, suppose over here I will indicate 100 degree centigrade. That means at point 4 its temperature is 100 degree centigrade. Now again at 100 degree centigrade temperature, there may be two things. Either it will be your liquid or it will be your vapor. So supposing over here, first of all I will consider that at 100 degree centigrade on this point liquid is present at 100 degree centigrade. Still it is not boiled, or still it has not changed its phase at 100 degree centigrade. So if you want to increase the temperature, so between point 3 and 4 you have to supply some heat, and due to that heat supply, what's happened? Liquid will remain in liquid. That means phase is not changed, only 1 degree centigrade temperature is increasing over here, 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, up to 100 degree temperature you are increasing, but phase is not changed. So that is why whatever amount of the heat you are supplying between point 3 and 4, that is which is, that is your specific heat. Over here, that is your specific heat. Okay. Now after that, more heat you will supply. Entropy is increasing, 3 to 4, more heat you will supply. Temperature is not changing. Point number 5, temperature will remain 100 degree centigrade only. Over here also temperature remain 100 degree centigrade only. But at 100 degree centigrade, two chances are there. Either liquid, in liquid if you supply more amount of the heat, heat supply, more amount of heat, so that liquid particle will convert in what? In vapor particle. That means whatever heat that you are supplying, that heat is doing what? That heat is changing the phase of substance. That means initial phase was liquid, and that phase is changed in vapor. Phase is changed due to that heat. So that heat is known as which heat? It is known as latent heat. Clear about the latent heat also? Again one question may arise that latent heat is changing the phase, but temperature rise we cannot see. Why? Because in liquid bondings of molecules are there. If you will break the bonding, then only molecules will move away to each other, and then only molecule will convert into a vapor particles, then only phase will change. So that latent heat is used for what purpose? To break the bonds of the liquids. Then only it will change its phase. That is why temperature rise we cannot see. Clear up to that? And after onwards, if I will supply the heat up to infinite level, so what's happened? Which type of heat we will supply? Which type of heat? 5 to 600 degree, 200, 300, 400, 600, 700, up to infinite. That means after onwards, that vapor or steam will never change its phase. It will remain in steam up to infinite level if you supply the heat. So as over here, now after onwards, phase will never change. It will never convert in liquid or it will never convert in solid. Phase will never change. Steam is formed. That is the meaning of steam formation, because vapor means steam. So steam is formed after onwards. So as in vapor, if you supply any amount of the heat, then also vapor will remain in vapor only. Temperature is increasing, phase will remain same. So that is why between 5 to onward point, whatever heat you will supply, that is your specific heat. Clear about this? So that is all about what steam formation chart or steam formation diagram. Over here, slope, that is your slope of specific heats are different. Slope, supposing over here slope is less, over here slope is more, over here supposing slope is less. So slopes of the specific heat diagram will be different as per the different heat absorption capacity. So that is all about the steam formation chart. Now I would like to end this video. Till then, read hard, work hard. Thank you very much.